as inconsistent as
All right,
possible.
so there's
I'm gonna set a couple things up and we're gonna get started right away. It's been a minute. I've been hustling. So far this year, I've been putting in a lot of content on the other channel, but I'm gonna be also focusing and working on this one as well. So without further ado, I saw this on TikTok and I was like, this is crazy. Grant Cardone first came out and said $400,000 isn't a lot of money, which is crazy to me. And then turned around and Bandman Kevo, who's known for his tricking and stuff like that, also agreed. So we're gonna roll a couple clips, and without further ado, let's get started.
a viral clip of Grant Cardone, shout out to Uncle G, going around on TikTok. And in the clip, he says that $400,000 is not enough money. So let's play the clip really quick, hear from the horse's mouth, and then we're gonna react to it.
If I made 400 grand a year, I would be embarrassed with myself as a husband, a father, basically as a human being. 400 grand. How do you make sense of $35,000 a month? You guys haven't done the math. You have not done the math because you cannot live on 400 grand a year.
There's two things here, and shout out to Uncle G. So first, let me just say this: $400,000 a year, you can pretty much live comfortably anywhere in the United States, even in Miami. However, $400,000 a year as a W-2 employee is slightly different than $400,000 a year as a business owner. Because if you're a business owner, that $400,000 is coming to you before it goes to the tax man. If you're on W-2, that $400,000 goes to the tax man before it comes to you. So it's slightly different.
And I just want to touch on that a little bit more because that's really important for people to know who don't know. The big difference is when, as a business owner, if I grab $100,000, I pay for all my expenses. I might go on vacation and say like, all right, I spent 5 hours on the first day going to a meeting or meeting with my secretary and having a conversation about the business, which so happens to be my wife. And now it's a business expense. So that vacation that we took, that business vacation, it comes out at $100,000. So between that, the gas that I pay for and all of that stuff, say out of $100,000, I spent $90,000 and I'm left with $10,000 in profit. The government takes their 20-30% of that $10,000 and they get $3,000 in taxes. Now, when it comes to us as employees, say if we make $100,000, the government's going to take their 30% up front. So they're going to take $30,000 regardless of what you spend it on. And after you get your 70 back, then you can take that money and you can go on a vacation, business vacation, or whatever you want to call it. The government's already got its money. You can't do anything about it.
You know, just from going to different parts of the country, whether I'm in LA or Miami or Texas or Atlanta, $400,000 can, you can live a decent life, anywhere in the United States. Now, here's the second thing. I know a lot of people that have triple digit millions, and that's, where Grant Cardone, he's in that bracket. And these people have a certain delusion to their thinking. And it's not a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
Most super successful people are delusional. But here's the reality. The average person will never get to 400,000 or above 400,000 in America, because you either have to have the skills or you have to be a go-getter, a really hard worker. And Grant Cardone falls in that category of somebody that is a really hard worker. And I'm not saying he's not skilled. Obviously he is, but he's somebody that is a go-getter. Now, the average person is not that. The people that make this kind of money, they all feel that way. I remember one of my wife's clients is somebody that is in the triple digit million or so, or their net worth is above $100 million. And I remember she came to our house and she was asking us, is this the hood? Now, mind you, I live in a $500,000 neighborhood. Out of 400 homes, it's only 4 black families, and everybody else is, Caucasian or Asian. So their level of thinking, their level of delusion is slightly different, because like these people, they don't take excuses from no one. Like if they can make $100 million, they look at it as though everybody else can make $100 million.
And that's true. Anybody can make $100 million as long as you put your mind to it and you work hard. But the thing about it is everybody can't make it. And we always have to understand that there are different circumstances that people go through and everybody's not built the same. Like, yeah, everybody can run a marathon, but the guy with one leg and has to learn how to walk and do all of those things with one leg and a prosthetic leg is going to have it a little bit difficult than other people. And it just is what it is. It's the unfortunity to life, and people growing up in different circumstances. No, 9 times out of 10, if you grow up poor, if your parents were poor, you're going to be poor. If your parents were middle class, you're going to be middle class. And if your parents are upper class, you're going to be upper class. But the thing that people don't understand as well is that most of the millionaires are self-made. So I want to say about 70-80% are self-made. But the thing is, being a millionaire is also so small. Like, it's such a small percentage of people that get to that level as well. And then when they take family businesses and stuff into consideration, the next generation is less likely to be millionaires because certain skills and certain, like the drive, like the work ethic, certain things you just can't pass down to people. Continuing.
Or their failures. As you can see, what Grant Cardone was pretty much saying, like, $35,000 a month, is not, like, that's nothing in America right now. And, essentially he's kind of right. Now, me personally, I firmly believe, I have some delusion to myself too. I don't think $35,000 a month is a lot of money either.
Yeah, these people be bugging. So anyway, this is how, from a lot of the financial, what was this guy's name? I can't remember his name, but I used to watch him a lot. Asian dude who was really good at marketing. I thought this was the smartest thing. The first thing you need to do is get a high earning income skill, right? So you start off whatever you're doing, you take it, and you don't have to make a ton of money, because if you spend less money and you make more money, say you made $50,000, but you lived in a low income area and you saved up money, you would have money to take it to the next level, where whether you might be investing or opening up your business or something like that. So there's that. And then you start with the high income skill, and that goes into the investing. But the biggest return, and this is quoted from some of the wealthy people that I follow, the biggest return you're going to get is off of a business. So if you're someone that builds a business, and most likely it's going to be from the high income skill that you had, like say you were in contracting or whatever, like you're a construction worker, you start your construction working company. Say you are a nurse and you worked in that field, you did travel nursing, and then from there, maybe you opened up some real estate property where you rented it out to people in the nursing facilities, because you know how the industry works. So usually it's stuff like that. I know people, and I have friends that were dentists first, and then they opened up their own dentist practices. And I know GI doctors and healthcare professionals who open up their own practice. So usually it's in your field of expertise.
I mean, not to sound arrogant, but like just me posting these videos on YouTube, YouTube has 12 income streams, and this channel clears over $30,000 a month. This is just YouTube. So
I be seeing when people be talking, I don't want to knock the brother, but $12,000 a month. He said, I looked it up because I watched this video part of it. I like to do, but you know what? Let's just do it since we on the subject. Let's see, because people just be talking, and I can't remember the exact number, so I'm gonna pull it up just because I'll be pocket watching. So I'm going to Social Blade. Oh, I can do it now. On the Social Blade on this side, right? We're looking at that's my numbers. I'm broke as hell. Oh, this my obviously my dating channel, which most of you. And this says I can earn from $166 a month, which is usually, to $2,700 a month, which would be beautiful. The thing about Social Blade is it doesn't tell you, I'm getting all the way off topic, is it doesn't tell you, like, if I was talking about finance like this channel, it would probably be around $2,700 a month and $31,000. But talking about dating and stuff, it's probably usually around $300 to $400 a month. But let's look up the real estate trapper. It says $1,400 to $17,000 a year. Yeah, I don't see it, and I'm just gonna continue pocket watching with the
It's
conference
possible.
screen.
Through skills and being someone that is very competitive in any marketplace. You know, the average person you won't see touching 400 grand. You know, you'll see like on the skill side, you may see surgeons or like heart surgeons, brain surgeons. And that's like a specialized skill that can get you in that realm or above. But outside of that, a very competitive person, you know, in the business world to really touch or get 400 and above. You know, when it comes to these people that, you know, are in that triple digit, you know, million range, these people are so reckless with money, like reckless. You know, I have friends that are in that range, and my wife has friends that are in that range, or clients, I'm sorry, that are in that range. And, you know, you hear this thing on the internet where people say, oh, well, you know, rich people don't spend their money and,
That's
you know,
false.
they're really frugal. And it's not true. As you can hear Grant Cardone say, like he's saying, I can't even live on $35,000 a month. So that shows you how reckless like these people really are when it comes to money. They really do not have any respect for money. You know, I've been in, you know, like Neiman Marcus and a Chanel store with some of these people where they got to call the bank to clear transactions because it's like $400,000 in purses and shoes and clothes and, you know, suits. You know, like these people, like to them, you know, it's money. They have no respect for money. Like,
Right. I think we're going to skip to the next video. But the thing about it is, he said, can you live off of $400,000? Like, not buy a yacht, a boat, or all this stuff. Can you live off of it? You can live comfortably. In this house I'm in right now that I'm renting, I'm going to tell you my rent. It's a $1.4 million multiplex house. And the thing about it, like, you see, we doing all right. I got my own fake studio in here. And the thing about it is you can have a nice house, have great food. We got maid come here, got some ladies come here, clean the house every other week. Like, you can live comfortably off of $400,000. Not only can you live comfortably, but like, you're not about to be living luxury. And the thing about it is, it's all up to you. Like, I used to wear chains when I was younger and living in the hood. And the thing about it is, I'm not putting anything on my neck that somebody wants to rob me for. That's just, it is what it is. And I think certain stuff like the jewelry, all of that flashy stuff is unnecessary. And, you know, I don't need this. I don't need extra money to do stuff like that. I just want to, like a lot of people in our generation, I want to enjoy life, travel, have experiences, and be able to, you know, take good care of my kids. We're gonna move on to the next clip. All right, so this is Bandman Kevo talking about this. Let's see.
Yeah. Grant Cardone says men should be ashamed if they're not bringing in $400,000 a year. If you're a husband or a father, you should make $4,000 a year, or you should feel ashamed.
400,000. I mean, in 2023, 2022, possibly because it offers so much opportunity and secrets. Let's go back to real estate. I just gave some crazy game. All it takes is, if you're a first-time home buyer, all it takes is 3% down. What is 3% down if you go to Texas and get a $200,000 house? Okay? So we fix the house up. Find somebody, hire a real estate broker or whatever. You can sell that house for an extra $100,000 depending on what you put, whatever you want to do to it. But it's a lot of opportunities out here that was way more than it was back in the 80s, 90s, and stuff like that. The internet is the key to really get rich, to be honest, bro. So it's a lot.
And he's telling the truth about that. There's way more ways to get rich now than it is. I might have to cut that Say Cheese video short because I want to say that video's copyrighted. But like I said, there's plenty of ways to do it. And in this age of information, we really don't have any excuse not to be seeking to do better. But the thing about it is, some people are just comfortable with their lives, and that's okay. Like, some people have one house, they have a dog, they have a family, and they're happy. And there's people with diamonds on their neck and all of these things, and that doesn't mean that you're happy. So having $400,000 is more. I would say, as long as you got a family and of two and y'all are making $80,000-$90,000 a year, obviously not in New York, but in some parts of the world, you should be fine. And this next clip I saw, won't do that one.
If you take
He's destroying. Damn, I had a whole bunch of these about him being a fraud. Let's see. Oh, this was the text.
I want to give you my
All right, so this guy was somebody that I want to say he's a CPA or something. I'll just roll it and we could talk about it.
reaction to Grant Cardone. So I don't know if you saw the clip or not. Grant Cardone said that if you're making $400,000 a year or less, then you are a loser. Grant Cardone said that if you're making under 400K, then you are embarrassing. So I want to show you exactly what Grant Cardone said.
We saw that. We're
What's
going to
enough?
move over.
You guys could even live on that. Be embarrassed. 400 grand. How do you make sense of $35,000? You guys don't need to agree with me. I've already been paid my fee.
So listen, you just saw it for yourself, and we have a lot to unpack here. I have some notes here, and I want to share my personal experience with you. First of all, I want you to understand this, and most people here that are watching, they already know this, but if you don't know this, here it is. The foundation of my success, it was not built on YouTube. So I am not a finance YouTuber. So I am a financial professional that came onto YouTube, so there's a big difference there. So what I'm saying is that financially, I was successful before I ever got onto YouTube. So I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just trying to give you some context of where I'm coming from. So this is my message to you. When I was making $400,000 a year, I was not a loser. When I started my business and I was making $100,000 a year, I was not embarrassed with myself. When I got out of college and started my career making $50,000 a year, I was not worthless. When I was a student making $8 an hour, I was not a loser. Therefore, with all due respect to Grant Cardone, I beg to differ. So the way I see it, you do not judge the quality of a person by how much money they're making. So for example, if you take a look at Mother Teresa, I would not classify Mother Teresa as a loser. I imagine that being a stay-at-home mom, that's probably one of the hardest jobs. Calling stay-at-home mothers losers, that's just not right in my books. So if you're a stay-at-home dad or if you're a grandparent helping to take care of the children, then you are not a loser. And I can only imagine how difficult it is to be a teacher. So they have a big responsibility, taking care of and educating the future generation. So they have my respect. They are not embarrassing. Firefighters are heroes. They're not losers. The military and our troops that are defending our country, making millions of dollars, that is not why they do what they do. I will not deny that money is a useful tool. So I've had money, I've been broke, I've been there. So personally, I believe, yes, it's better to have money than to be struggling financially. Money is a resource that buys convenience, comfort, and options. However, it does not buy your character. And I want to say this because this is important to me. This is what I believe. This is my theory. You can agree with me, you could disagree. I personally believe that money is an amplifier of your true nature. So this is what I mean. This is what I believe, that if you're a jerk and you get rich, then chances are that you're going to be a rich asshole. If you're a good person and you get rich, chances are that you're going to put that money to good use. You're going to put that money to good use to help others. Family, friends, charity, altruism. So money is just a tool. It does not define the quality of your character, nor does it determine whether you're a loser. So I'm making this video because I do not want anyone here to be brainwashed by people like this preaching ignorance. So there's always going to be jerks. There's an endless supply of them. So I guarantee you that. So do not let them get to you. Do not
All right, that's enough of that. Yeah, listen. Some people are so poor, all they have is money. Like money is not gonna help you, build your character. Like like you said, is an amplifier. We've heard that plenty of times. Like, and the thing about it is, just because you have money doesn't mean people like you. In fact, it makes it even worse because it makes it harder for you to know who likes you versus who doesn't like you. So that in itself, when it comes to dating and all of these things, if you're a rich man that's decent looking, and there's a lot of women that will come with you, like Drake said it best, how are you supposed to find the one when anyone will come with you? And the thing about it is, you just don't know. So that's all I got for you. Hit the like, comment, share. Grant Cardone can't make it on 400K because he is, Grant's definitely in a lot of debt. So it is what it is. Like I said, that's all I got for y'all. Hit the like, comment,